MCG, welcoming you to the final quarter of the preliminary final, Carlton versus St Kilda. As we go into the final stanza, it's Carlton leading by 5 points and kicking down to the Richmond end. But they've been turned out there by Alan Davis. St Kilda now have got the ball on their half-forward flank on the member stand side. Picked up by O'Connell. O'Connell gets it across here, and finally it's Lucas getting the ball forward. Taken there by Gallagher. Gallagher now kicks to the half-forward flank on the member stand side. Jostling going on. Davis a bit stiff not to get a free kick out of this. But it's Moran. Moran to the half-forward flank for St Kilda, but finds Gallagher there. We welcome Ron Barassi to the Channel 7 telecast of the preliminary final last quarter, and Triple Brownlow medalist Bobby Skilton. Bobby.
This is knocked on by Walls. Goes towards Hurst of Carlton. He tries to break past Neil, but unfortunately could not get past Neil, but it's a free kick. Free kick has been paid here to Hurst. I think Kevin Neal was very unfortunate. It was a case of both players coming head-on towards each other, and although Hurst did come off second best in tripping over Neil, I don't think it was any fault of Neil's, nor would I have given it, even though from an accident point of view, as Hurst drives the ball straight across the face of goal. The pack flyers, Minot knocks it away. Judson grabs the ball. His kick smothered as it goes close to the boundary line. It's Chandler and Colling. The ball's very close. It's swung back into play by Chandler. There's a pack of players forming, and umpire Ian Coates running across the ground now, I believe, will bounce the ball. Halfway between the forward pocket, half-forward flank, outer side of the ground. An awkward-looking bounce goes to Ditterich. Pays, can't get his foot to the ball. Chandler of Carlton grabs the ball, runs around, going further away from goal, swings it straight across towards Jezelenko. It's too high for him as Neil bursts straight down the ground. He's under pressure. It's called play on as Hurst grabs the ball, puts it down towards goal. It's off the side of his boot, though, and it's close to the boundary line. Runs back into play. It's running towards the line now. It just beats Brian Minot, and we'll find a throw in about 25 yards around from the behind post. From the throw-in, it's Jones and Minot. Minot gets a knock. It's close to Jackson. Jackson and Gallagher. Gallagher's over the ball. Through comes Corner and Basenko. There's a pack of players forming once again, and umpire Coates has no hesitation in bouncing the ball.
Ron Barassi, anybody's game.
It is, Mike. It's a tight game, and this last quarter, of course, is the one that counts. Both sides are evenly matched virtually so far. Jones and Ditterich. Ditterich gets a knock clearly over towards Elliott. Has the ball smothered by Dixon. The ball beats Travis Pays over the line, virtually on the half-forward flank, the true half-forward flank, inner side of the ground for the Carlton side. Nichols and Ditterich this time. Up goes Ditterich, gets the knock down to Trott. He can't get his kick. He's under tremendous pressure, but is held while trying to get his kick over the shoulder, I think, according to the umpire's signals. And Stuart Trott will take the kick in that position, the half-forward flank for the Carlton side. He goes long up to the half-forward flank for his own side, and Breen almost took the mark. I'm sorry, it was Elliott. Dual hand pass. A hand pass from Armstrong. I had to laugh there because we've been criticising young Barry Armstrong for his inability to see a hand pass target and give it. That time he gave one. It wasn't a player it was a player who was under pressure. There's Ditterich there. Gave a free kick away to John Nichols. No, it wasn't a free kick. Away. Big Nick won't be too happy about that, but Big Carl will. He takes the kick now. Goes to the drop punt. Up towards Dool and Lawrence. Dool in the favourite position, but Lawrence knocks the ball away. Dool's there. Hand pass across the Hall now. Hall's there. Has time to get his kick. Up towards the half-forward flank for the St Kilda side. The trunk comes to Carlton. Lucas it is. Streaks away up towards the centre half-forward position where Robert Walls has the ball. Punched away. Chandler roving brilliantly. We're taking the cron beautifully. Gets the break. Forges through. He's going to have a shot at goal. It looks pretty good. It's coming in. It's a goal. A great goal for Neil Chandler. Took the opportunity. There he is, Neil Chandler, the forgotten man on the Carlton side. He's had a rough year with injuries. He's been on the bench a couple of times, but that goal will certainly make this hard year worthwhile. There's the scoreboard now, showing Carlton going further ahead. Now 11 points, the difference.
Coming up to the 4.5-minute mark into the final quarter. There's a ton of time for St Kilda to go into the grand final against Richmond, the grand final of 1972 next Saturday. But can their boys who have been suffering with the flu, 4 of them throughout the week, really stay the pace of this game? Ditterich, a mammoth knock away into the forward zone. There's Davis, one of the players who's had the flu. He comes out with it, he drives in at the big ones, but the ball is offline. They're racing for it there. There's Breen, another boy who's had the flu. Breen still going there. Dools after him. Breen still at it. The man in front. He goes over, he'll get it. Push in the back. Ron Barassi doesn't agree. What about you, Bobby?
I don't agree either, Mike.
Okay,
the free kick
umpire.
should have gone the other way.
Umpire Coates has given it to the man going in battling for the ball, obviously.
Still, after the other quarters, I suppose it's about time St Kilda got one on the other boot.
They haven't had the best of luck, Ron, have they? Up comes Barry Breen. It's on a bad angle. He kicks now. It's going to the edge of the goal square. No mark, however. Stephen Theodore dives on top of it. Theodore comes out. He hooks. Oh, he's missed it. One behind. 10 points of difference in favour of Carlton. And we are now 5.5 minutes into the final quarter, waiting for Jeff Southby to kick out from the scoreboard end. The end to which St Kilda is kicking, of course, and Carlton kicking down to the Richmond end. Jeff Southby had 2 opponents. He was on top of Lawrence, and now he's got Barry Breen with him. Oh, beautiful kick from Southby. He goes straight down the centre. Dittrich moves in and takes the mark. Jones just couldn't get there. Dittrich, a long kick. It's going towards the pocket on the member stand side. O'Connell drops the mark there. Plenty of jostling. Stevens is pushed to the ground. There'll be a throw-in, however. Stevens looking at the umpire saying, what have I got to do to get a free? Throw-in takes place. Hayes goes there with Jones. Jones, too big and strong, taps it down towards Keogh. Keogh breaks clear. He comes around the member stand flank, but Dittrich is going to cut it off all right. No! It went over the top of Dittrich. It was a freak bounce, but Keogh's in there battling. Dixon comes in, and Dixon pushes it over the line. Dixon on the wing. Waiting down below there, Dittrich taps it down. In comes Jackson, however. Jackson is tackled by Pays, and the ball again forced over the boundary line, but a free kick is going to Travis Pays.
On the full.
On the full.
Hit Jackson's just below the knee.
The luck of the game. Pays kicks in towards the centre. Up they go, almost a freak mark then to Robertson. In comes Manzi, pushes the ball in front of him, but Doole's in there for the Blues. Pushed away, the ball picked up and knocked towards Colling by corner. Colling still pushes it in front of him. A long hand pass by Colling. Well, it's come off, back it goes towards Barry Breen. The ball bounces awkwardly, Breen's held. Breen's pushed, Breen falls. Umpire blows the whistle, there'll be a ball up. Player down there. It looks like Glenn Elliott is down on the wing position on the member stand side. O'Connell of Carlton just picking himself up. The knockaway goes here to Alan Davis of St Kilda. He can't screw around enough. And it's through for one behind. 9 points the difference in favour of Carlton at the 8-minute mark into the final quarter. The Saints doing everything. We hope that our friends through Channel 7 in Perth, CDC in Canberra, the boys in Hobart, Launceston, Adelaide, and viewers right throughout the Channel 7 network in Australia are enjoying this. It's anybody's game, anybody's guess who's going to go into the 72 grand final. There's no guesswork about this. Travis Pays to take the free at centre half forward for St Kilda. The lead there from Breen, but Pays goes out a little wide. Will this come off? It could. No, it doesn't. Colling just couldn't grab it. And still they go. Dixon for Carlton picks up. Dixon takes his kick, goes out towards centre half back. Hall is there, but Gallagher says it's mine. And Gallagher of Carlton about to put the Blues into attack. The crowd going mad at the MCG. Here's Bob Skilton.
As Gallagher goes straight up the centre of the ground. It's a lovely kick by Gallagher. Looking for Robert Walls. Masenko knocks the ball away. It's back towards Dittrich. Dittrich throws the ball out in front of him. It's taken by Moran. Moran puts it down into the half-forward position. The bounce blitz duel. Through comes Keogh. He can't take possession of the ball. It's knocked back. Chandler comes through. Gets a hand pass to Keogh. And Carlton are out of trouble as Keogh goes wide. He finds Jackson all on his own. He puts one in towards Nichols. And Nichols is there all on his own. If he goes quickly, he could look for Jesaulenko right in the square. And he finds Jesaulenko, but it's blocked away by Basenko.
Oh!
Almost a great mark by Basenko.
Wonderful what a gutsy performance.
Neil Basenko, I think it has been paid. Basenko goes back. He goes wide to the boundary line. It's out of bounds on the full. Well, it's not really justice when you put a kick like that out of bounds on the full. A really great, courageous mark. When I say courageous, he was gone to the world, but he ran and ran. Well, he's a stall gift runner, and it was a great effort by Basenko. But we're out now with Ian Robertson, Robertson's kick. It goes right into the teeth of goal. It's Nichols and Minot. Basenko's up again. And Basenko has the chance to make amends. He plays on quickly, running around on the outer side of the ground. His left foot kick goes straight to a Carlton player in the person of Kevin Hall. Hall hand passes on quickly, but the ball beats Gallagher. It's Judson with it. He handballs out, looking for Manzi. Manzi's there, but he can't get away with the pressure. Chandler handballs across to Robertson. He steadies. Drives the ball in towards the big ones, but it's a shocking kick by Robertson off the side of the boot, out of bounds on the full. Well, St Kilda did it in the third term with 3 or 4 out of bounds on the full and kicking for goal, and now it's possibly Carlton's turn.
There'll be nobody leaving the ground early today, Ron Barassi.
No fears about that, and we see that Manzi's down there again. It's the second time in this match. It looks like he gets a cramp occasionally. As we see Minot drive towards the half-forward flank where Big Jones almost took the second grab, has the ball knocked away, he dives on top of it. It's going to be a ball up. No other option open to the umpire on that occasion. And the half-forward flank ball up occurs. Here we see Big Jones, Dittrich up there, gets a knock, knocks Jones over in the process. No free kick, almost a free kick there for St Kilda. But a ball is kicked off the ground and it favours Galton this occasion. Galton and David McKay do battle. A hand pass across by Galton, nobody, and the ball goes out of bounds. No, it's a free kick to Galt. That's correct too, as Galt drives now up towards the full forward zone. We see Southby fumble the ball. He may be paid the mark. He's not. Lucas comes in to relieve the pressure. Not a good kick, not very long at all on the pressure. Travis pays in there. He ducks around opponent. Tackle, gets the hand pass away a little bit slow, but Galt again walks around. Knocked aside by Jones. Good umpiring here as Theodore comes in, goes for the kick. I think it's going to be close. Yes, it is. It's a goal for Theodore. St Kilda come back hard. 3 points over is the difference now. In the screen, there's the score. St Kilda 11-14 to Carlton 12-11. Well, this game is going to be a tremendous finish. St Kilda are to be fully complimented so far on their effort. They've done a magnificent job. They've had injuries, illnesses, and yet they're still playing like team of champions. There's
coming up to the 12.5-minute mark, Ronnie, in the final quarter, and 3 points the difference. Here comes Armstrong through. Armstrong, though, is in St Kilda's territory. He kicks wide to the flank. They're racing for it there. Will this come off? Whoa! Lucas and Big Carl starts to limp. And Lucas will get the free. Or will he? Yes, he will. Lucas, who came on at half-time replacing Waite, who limped off after the second quarter with an obvious leg injury or ankle injury. Kick there, taken by Lucas down to the half-forward flank on the member stand side. The ball comes off the hands of the pad, and there'll be a throw-in. It's on Carlton's half-forward flank now on the member stand side. 3 points the difference. The throw-in. Galt is going in there to do battle with Mackay. Mackay gets a tap away. Gallagher snaffles it. Gallagher, oh, it's a shocking kick. It goes into no man's land. Nichols comes out. Nichols swings around. A left footer from Nichols. It's going across the face of goals towards the pocket. Jesselenko and Neal racing for it. And over the line once again in Carlton's forward pocket on that outer side. Wait for the throw-in. Minot. The two number twos. Minot and Nichols. It's Minot's free. Minot in the back pocket on the outer side. Taking his time about putting his boot to the ball. There's his kick. Players move in for it there. It's knocked away by Mackay. Taken by Mans, however. Mans on the half-back flank on the outer side. Shoots it in towards the centre. They move in there. Davis has the ball knocked away from him. Taken by Armstrong. He screws it around. Almost goes straight across the ground. Robert Walls comes out with it. Walls of Carlton deep down into the forward zone. One behind. 4 points the difference. And we are 14.5 minutes into the final quarter. Bobby Skelton.
Kevin Neal about to put the ball back into play. With Bob Murray dropping out of the side at the last minute, Neal has been given the job at fullback. And although Jesselenko has kicked 5 goals, Neal's done a credible job. He goes straight up the centre of the ground. The ball's knocked away towards Colling. Colling gets a hand pass into Elliott. Elliott's under pressure. It's swinging away. It's Mackay. Mackay can't get the ball clear, though.
Holding the ball.
Theodore to take the kick. He plays on quickly. It's a shocking kick by Theodore. Goes straight towards Robertson of Carlton. He bursts around, gets a hand pass back to Jones. He wasn't expecting it, but quickly gets it to Dool. And Dool gets Carlton out of trouble. He goes wide and finds Jezelenko, who used his pace to advantage on that occasion to get well clear of Cowboy Neal. Jezelenko's right out on the half-forward line. A lovely kick by Jezelenko. Puts it down almost to the goal square. Walls was up high. It comes through to Judson. Judson drives the Saints out of bother. It comes. Robertson knocks the ball away, but it's back. Jezelenko comes through, bursts through the pack, drives it down towards the big ones. It's well shepherded. Nichols up high. Couldn't take the mark. And 1 point only results as the ball came off Big John Nichols' hand and goes through. That makes the score 5 points separating the two sides.
10.5 minutes into the final quarter, coming up to the 16-minute mark.
Still anybody's game. A poor kick this time from Neal. Goes to the half-back line. Elliott almost took the mark. Held in possession by Judson. Throwing the ball out in front, trying to get around, and Judson was holding him back. And Keogh normally looks for a short pass, but I think at the moment he'll have a shot at goal, and it's well within kicking distance. It's a pretty acute angle, as you can see there. As Keogh lines up to kick, there's 5 points separating the sides. It's off the side of the boot, goes down towards Armstrong, and it's Gallagher who was up high. I would imagine that this mark might be paid to Gallagher. No, it's going to be bounced off. Gallagher looks as though he may have the cramp. Umpire Coates bouncing the ball about 15 yards out. Comes down to Gallagher. He grabs the ball. Can't get his foot to the ball. Jezelenko comes through with the open goals. And he's kicked his six goals to Jezelenko. Well, I bet you Cowboy Neal at the moment is saying, just what have you got to do to stop a player like Jezelenko? Carlton 13-13. St Kilda 11-14. And it's 11 points separating the two sides with that 6th goal from Jezelenko. 17
minutes into the final quarter. Still time for St Kilda to snatch this game away from the Blues, but can they do it? That's the big question. Up they go. Galt knocks the ball away. Nobody able to break clear. Hall's in there doing battle. Out comes Theodore. He loses possession. Elliott dives on top of the ball, and it's Elliott's free kick and a 15-yard penalty. The ball was kicked away after the umpire's whistle went. Elliott, he's a long way out. He'll have to kick this 80 yards to put it through. But he's going straight down the centre. It's lobbing on the edge of the goal square. The big men fly. It's knocked away here. Keogh's in there. Keogh is held. Picked up by O'Connell. O'Connell kicks. Oh, taken there by Davis. I thought he was off. I must be honest, I thought he was off. Did you, Bobby?
I did, Mike. I really
takes a short one. It'll come off. Theodore. Now Theodore is 30 yards out, directly in front. He's kicked one. It's on its way. It's swinging, but it looks pretty good. It's there. Back to 5 points of difference. 18 minutes into the final quarter. Oh, Ronnie, this is a real heart-stopper.
Tremendous, Mike. It was a bad lapse on the part of the Carlton Ruck Rovers or their defence to leave that loose man so obvious. And he was there for quite some seconds, and they didn't even see it then. However, that's a great goal for St Kilda, and will give them a lot of heart.
Getting back to that, did you think Davis was off?
I thought he was off, yes, Mike.
OK, well, umpire Coates evidently didn't.
Well, here's the knock. Galt gets the ball down towards the wing where Armstrong, who's had a bundle of kicks today, will get his umpteenth kick today. He's gone for the second bounce. Up towards centre-half forward, we see Jezelenko, and Walls takes it back in the second grab. A good mark to Walls there, into the sun. He's now shooting for goal, doesn't waste much time, goes wide to the goal front. There's nobody there just about except Travis Payes, but coming in the last minute, he has the ball punched away from him, and a free kick is given to him as well. Travis Payes, who's been a great player for St Kilda this year, has tailed off towards the last part of the season, and today we've only seen an average Travis Payes, but he's still a very good player for the Saints.
19.5 minutes of the final quarter gone.
Payes now with the ball. He's in the back pocket for his side, and St Kilda need to attack now at all costs. Payes, he's swung his attack round at the end of the side of the ground. It's going to favour Walls and Pazenko. With Walls in a beautiful position, uses his judgment superbly then, goes for the short pass to Chandler. who may play on. No, he hasn't got the chance to, because Colleen came in on him and said, I'm sorry, mate, but try that and you're gone. Chandler now with the ball, just short of centre-half forward, will put the ball right into the goal square. Not normally a long kick, and that one's no exception. The ball falls short, could have easily been up there. Here's Nichols, goes to the left on his shoulder. A good goal by John Nichols there, and that's John Nichols' third. And one that will make St Kilda's task just that little bit harder. In the first half, it was St Kilda who answered Carlton's every challenge, and every time that Carlton got a goal, St Kilda answered quickly. Now the position has been reversed with Carlton answering quickly there.
20 and a half minutes into the final quarter, 11 points the difference. Bounce in the centre. St Kilda going forward as Colling knocks it on. There's Breen trying to break clear. Breen has the ball. He kicks up towards the pocket, but Carlton defence. It's Armstrong again. Oh, he's had a real picnic today. He's played a magnificent game, this fellow. Absolutely magnificent. Armstrong, a short one over towards Jones. Jones spills the mark, but has time to recover. Jones now down to the half-forward flank on the member stand side. Bounces the ball, beats them all. But Keogh coming in there. Pushes it across, a chance for Robertson. He's met very solidly. Whoa, and in they come. And a free kick. Free kick going to Davis of St Kilda. Alan Davis. Just a little wide of the centre towards the wing position on the member stand side. There's his kick going forward. Lawrence comes out there. But to mark to Dixon. No, it's called play on. There's David Dixon on the bottom of that. And there'll be a ball up. The ball up on the half-forward flank for St Kilda on the member stand side. They're kicking up to the scoreboard end. There they go. Who'll go into the 72 grand final as Galt drives the Saints forward. Not a long kick, but still they're in it. Picked up by Corner. The kid slips over. He's still going. Tries a hand pass. Smothered well there by Gallagher. And it looks like Malthouse is coming on. Malthouse on. And Manzi off. Malthouse on for St Kilda. Manzi off. There's Malthouse. Throw-in takes place. Mackay goes up there with Galt. The ball is knocked down, and we find Chandler coming out with it. Chandler kicks over the centre down towards centre half forward, and Basenko's marked for mine. Whoa, look at this. Just a little exchange. Basenko patiently waits for the ball to be given to him. Neil Basenko. You saw his speed before. What will come of this kick? He goes along the member stand flank to the half-forward line there. Up they go. Mackay almost pulled down a beauty, but couldn't hold it. They come through there. The ball is driven by Dixon, but it's marked there by Alan Davis. Davis goes across the ground. The ball bounces awkwardly. Here's a go for Theodore, but it's knocked towards Kevin Hall. Hall of Carlton to the wing position. There's nobody home. Malthouse is running for it. Lucas, I think you'll see coming to the screen. There's Lucas and Malthouse, but over the line she goes. And there'll be a throw-in on the wing position on the outer side. We are now 23 minutes into the final quarter. Bobby.
The throw in on the true centre wing position. It's Jones and Ditteridge jostling for position. It comes back to Jones. He tries to get a hand pass, but it's smothered by Ditteridge. He balks around. His kick smothered. A great piece of play by the Carlton player in Chandler. Malthouse comes away with the ball. A short one down towards Theodore. Theodore hooks the ball back in towards centre half forward. And all on his own is big David Galt. Galt, who's kicked 2 goals. He's 45 yards out from goal, almost directly in front. Rodney Galt. Galt's kick. There's plenty of distance, but the accuracy is astray as the goal umpire runs right over by the behind post, signalling 1 point, and that makes the difference between the two sides. 10 points. Jeff Southby to put the ball back. Southby has been swinging around, first one side of the ground, then the other. Not certain even now which way he's going to go. Decides to go to the outer side of the ground. It's a lovely kick from Southby. He's looking for Jones. Jones is up in front of Ditteridge, but a big punch by Ditteridge. Goes the Dool of Carlton. Dool's kick gets Carlton out of trouble. Is right into the centre of the ground. Jackson's up high. Almost a great mark by Jackson, but called play on as Moran comes away with the ball. Looks down to centre half forward, and it's big Peter Jones. Jones steadies play up for the Carlton side with a timely mark at centre half back. Jones swinging the ball wide to the outer side of the ground. Up high was Chandler, knocking the ball away from Pays. It's Malthouse who comes through, puts the ball down. The bounce of the ball beats Lawrence. Comes through now to O'Connell. O'Connell gets a hand pass into Gallagher. Gallagher steadies play up for Carlton with a long kick down to centre half forward. It's Walls who punches the ball away, but it goes to Moran of St Kilda. Moran has plenty of time to steady up and drive it to the half forward flank, where we see Jesaulenko going for the ball. Obviously put on the ball, having a run. Jesaulenko puts the ball wide. Only all his own is Robertson, but the ball beats Robertson, goes out of bounds on the ball, and we'll find Malthouse of St Kilda putting the ball back into play.
Grambo's on, Breen off for St Kilda. 25.5 minutes of the final quarter gone. We're into time on in the preliminary final. The ball goes forward, and there he is. The Worm takes the mark on the half-back flank on the outer side of the ground. For interstate viewers, I might explain the reason we call him the Worm. He bobs up at any time from anywhere. The kick, not a bad one. It's to the half-forward flank for the Blues on the outer side of the ground. Pasenko couldn't hold the mark. Through comes Minot. Minot now back towards the centre half-forward position. The mark is taken there by Gary Colling. His kick going deep down into the forward zone. The big men fly. It's an awkward bounce. Kevin Hall is held. Kevin Hall comes out with the ball regardless. Hall is still going. He's tackled there by Stevens. In comes Davis. Davis from the pocket. He slips over there. Weary. They're gone, these blokes. What a tremendous performance. A real gutsy performance from both teams. And umpire Ian Coates will bounce it. Midway between the half-forward flank and forward pocket for the Blues on the outer side, for the Saints on the outer side. There they go. Grambo, number 34, went up there. Nobody able to break clear. It's Grambo once again. And the ball driven forward, marked by Hall. Hall at Carlton, but it's Lawrence. He kicks. Put it through. 5 points of difference again. 4 points of difference. 4 points of difference, and we're coming up to the 27-minute mark in the final quarter. Oh, what a ripper. What a ripper. Umpire Ian Coates about to bounce the ball. It's still anybody's game. Colling knocks the ball over his head to Cowboy Neal, who's up in the centre. Neal gets it to the half-forward flank on the member stand side. It's an awkward bounce, but it's not clean over the boundary line. And they're appealing. Kennedy's coming on for Carlton. Kennedy is on, and Chandler is off. It's on the half-forward flank for St Kilda on the member stand side. Keogh with the ball. Keogh now to the wing position on that member stand side. Walls and Pasenko go for it. Could have been Walls, but it's taken by Colling. Colling to Trott. Trott now down forward. Here's a go. No mark, however. The ball knocked away. It's pushed ahead there by O'Connell of Carlton. O'Connell now goes wide out to the wing position on the outer side. Robertson for Carlton racing forward. He can't get it. Malthouse is after him. It's taken there by Robertson. Robertson in towards centre half forward. Here's a go. Judson racing for it. Nichols comes in. Judson picks up a hurried kick. In they come. It's taken by Lucas. Lucas of Carlton down forward, and Gallagher's marked. Gallagher's marked 50 yards out on an angle. Oh boy. 4 points of difference in favour of Carlton at the 28.5-minute mark. Gallagher coming up the kick. He must be weary. It's going to just make the distance, but it falls in the goal spot. Kennedy! Kennedy picked it up and tapped it through. 10 points in front now, Carlton. Kennedy just came onto the ground. Ronnie, what about that?
Well, you certainly can't get a better entrance than that as a 9th or 20th man, Mike. That was a quick piece of work by Kennedy. He would have only had about half a second to do that, to grab the ball and just dribble through the goals. And that certainly relieved the pressure for the Carlton side.
Well, how stiff will St Kilda be if they get rolled? But then again, who can take credit away from the Blues? There's Keogh now, driving them into attack once again. Up they go. Walls couldn't hold it. Jesaulenko breaks clear. Jesaulenko drives. He's put it through. That's his 7th. There he is, the miracle man. He's got the crook right shoulder. Jesaulenko's 7th goal. There's the break that Carlton needed. And we are 29.5 minutes into the final quarter. Oh, and you're watching it through the Channel 7 network from the MCG in Melbourne. Waiting for umpire Ian Coates to take the ball back into the centre. 16 points of difference now. Look at the Saints go. Dittrich knocks it out. Taken by Grambo. Grambo up forward. There's a race for the ball. Lawrence is there. Taps the ball in front of him. Southby's after him, but over the line it goes. In the forward pocket, there's the siren. There's the siren. Carlton will now face Richmond next week in the 1972